Do you struggle with how to handle rate inquiries from potential clients? Should you be transparent about your fees on your website, or should you focus on value and get them to reach out instead? Okay, so today we have a lot to cover. I first want to do a deep dive into what it is to be transparent about your rates and the benefits that it seems to have for your business. Then I want to discuss options on how to handle inquiries so that you don't waste your time with unqualified leads or unqualified inquiries. And lastly, we'll talk about a great document that I think you should have as part of your client experience at the inquiry phase so that you can start building trust and set clear expectations with potential clients. Okay, so a little bit of background on why I decided to do this video. I see a lot of interior design websites where the designers decide not to disclose any information about their rates or how much they charge for the packages. And I completely get that because interior design projects are so personal and you've got to customize and do a full scope of work based on the project. So it's very difficult to just give a fixed rate. There's also this element of wanting to appear a bit more high-end, and high-end designers usually don't disclose any information. So then you think that that means you shouldn't be disclosing information if you want to feel more high-end. Is it true? Is it not? While they're all good points, I feel like one of two things may happen in this case. It can either deter potential clients from reaching out because they feel like the fact that you're not showing your rates means you're out of reach. But also, if we think about you on your side, it means that you may get too many inquiries from people who do not qualify to work with you. We're going to talk a little bit more about what an unqualified lead means, but based on my own experience, research, and talking to clients, it seems like the best course of action is transparency, and it's what I've been doing since day one with my business. And here's the problem. Getting inquiries and calls booked in is awesome. If you are in the first few months or maybe the first couple of years in business and you still need to practice talking to potential clients, you want to understand your ideal client better or who your ideal client is, so you want to talk to more people to understand who you can help with your services, then getting on more calls is great. But once you know exactly who your ideal client is, it doesn't make sense to get on calls with lots of people who do not match your minimum requirements to be working with you, because you're just going to waste so much time. And as a business owner, time is limited. It's at the essence. So you want to make sure that you don't waste a lot of your time with people who will not get through to the next stage with you. Okay, so here are some of the things that being transparent will do for your business. First of all, it's going to start to build trust and credibility with potential clients because you're honest, you're sharing, what it's like to be working with you, you're sharing what is included in the packages, you're sharing, a minimum budget to be able to work with you. So it starts to create a relationship of trust. The second thing is that it's going to help you attract clients or potential clients who align with your values and services because they're going to have all the information on the website, and if they reach out, it means that they've already validated that this works for them. Which takes me to point number 3. It's going to help you streamline your process because the decision-making process is going to be much easier on both sides, so for you and for potential clients. And then, to be honest, number 4, if you hate selling like me, being transparent is amazing because the call is just a formality to get to know each other a little bit more, answer any questions or concerns that were not answered from reading your website. So you will not have to sell on the calls because they will already know more or less what minimum budget they need to be able to work with you. Right, so now how to be transparent and filter out unqualified leads, unqualified inquiries. So it means getting rid of all these people that do not match the minimum requirements set by you to be able to work with you. That works both ways. So I'm going to first talk about ways that you can ensure that you are a good fit for potential clients. And then we're going to see how you can filter out or filter in people who are a good fit for you. Number 1, ensuring that you're a good fit for the prospect clients. It can be on your website where you're going to include as much information as possible about your services. So if I'm taking the example of a client here, I'm going to show you her website. She's very specific about what services she offers, what is included in the packages, and the minimum budget, unless it's a fixed price that is, maybe a consultation call where she's going to help you achieve a different number of things. Then it's like she specifies that it's a one-time payment of this much. Or if it's a project that is going to require working on a proper scope of work and sending you a fee proposal for a specific project, then she says that to work with you on this package, it's going to be a minimum budget of this much. So this really helps because a lot of people who go through her website are not going to have that budget to work with her. So they're already going to close the website and go check out someone else. So this is going to ensure that she's not going to waste time getting on calls with someone who doesn't have the budget or who has a project that doesn't match the type of project that she wants to work on, and so on. Then you may want to showcase past projects that usually you would have that on any interior design website. It's called a portfolio. It helps you highlight your skills and design style. It will help prospects understand if this is the style that works with what they want, what they're looking for. And then you can also add testimonials because that is social proof. And social proof is really important because just like when you go on Amazon and you check out the reviews before you make a purchase, it is the same for interior design project, particularly when you know that the minimum budget is going to be high, you have to pay a designer, then you want to check out their testimonials and see if people were happy with the project that they got from them. So even though the designer is going to choose what testimonials they want to showcase on their website, it still matters. And if you have a video testimonial, that's even better. So this is on your website, but there's something else that you can do that I actually incorporated in my business in January when I did my rebrand. It's an investment guide. I love having an investment guide, and especially for designers who want to look more high-end, they want to look more premium. They don't like sharing rates on their websites, and they don't have to. They can just create a really beautiful investment guide document that potential clients will be able to download from their website and see all the information about each of the services with the minimum budgets included. The investment guide was also a great way for me to introduce my business model, which is a little bit different than any other interior design business. I wanted to introduce the company's values, the team, our unique process, and how we help our clients. And this is what I want to talk in the second part of this video, a little bit more about the investment guide, why you should have one, and what to include in it. So I think having the information on your website or in an investment guide, it works either way. It's just, for me, I wanted to feel a little bit more premium. I didn't want to have so much information on my website that it would feel overwhelming. So I put just enough to make designers understand what I could help them with. And by downloading the investment guide, they would get a little bit more information about each service and the company. Now we're going to look at ways to ensure that prospects, potential clients, are a good fit for you before you waste your time on a discovery call. This is a big one. As I said, I review a lot of interior design websites, and sometimes I feel like designers don't ask enough questions on their contact form. You most likely have a contact page on your website where you request some kind of information to potential clients before they can reach out. So then you get all the information, you review it, and then you suggest to get on a call, or you tell them, unfortunately, they're not a good fit and why. But you have to spend some time to work on this contact form and make sure that you get the answers to important questions before you can make a decision as to whether you should move forward with this inquiry or not. And at the bottom of the contact form, if you wanted, after you get the answers to the questions that you want, you could have them check a box validating that they understand that if they're contacting you, they have a minimum budget of this much. And some key questions that you may want to consider adding to your contact forms is to ensure that they're located in the area you serve, because sometimes you may have the information on your website, but have they seen it? Are they reaching out, but they live in another state that you don't serve? You also want to ensure that their project inquiry matches the type of projects that you want to be involved with. If it's just a very quick e-design project, but you only like full construction, new build, and so on, then it's not going to work out for you. And do they have the minimum budget to work with you on this particular project? If they don't tick these boxes, there's no point in wasting your time as a business owner. As we said, your time is limited and you need to spend it on the key areas of your business, on your existing clients, and on prospect clients that match the type of clients that you want to work with. At this point, I would also suggest that you ask them a little bit more information about their home, their family, their habits, their design style, because sometimes they have a great project, but the design style that they're looking for is really not your cup of tea, and you might not want to work on this type of project. And while it's going to take them a bit of time to fill out this contact form, it's really going to be helpful for you to filter out anyone that doesn't match your ideal client profile. And then when you review the contact form, you can already have email templates ready. One that will say not a good fit and another one that will say you're a good fit. These are the next steps. Of course, they're templates. They are meant to still be customized, so you can add more information about why you're so excited to meet them or why they're not a good fit. You have another designer to recommend them maybe. Having email templates is going to save you time, but you can still add a paragraph that's customized to each type of inquiry. All right, so part 2 of this video is why I love having an investment guide and why I think you should have one for your business as well. An investment guide is a document that's going to educate prospect clients about the value of interior design services, the experience and knowledge that you can bring to the table. It's your chance to share more of your story, of your personality, and your values. An investment guide is also going to help you manage expectations. So you set clear expectations and you minimize understandings that might come down the line that you could have avoided prior. It's also your chance to be completely transparent about your rates and the minimum budget to work with you. We're not going to get into that again, but it's really important. I recently added a link to download my investment guide on my website because I did not want to have the rates shown on the website, but mostly it was because I didn't want to have all the information on the website. I felt like it would be too much, too busy, and very hard to follow. So instead, I give a good overview, and if designers are interested in my services, then they can download the investment guide where they have the full story about how we got started, about the team, about our process, about the services, packages, and rates, and also the next steps as to how they can reach out and get to the next stage. And it feels to me that an investment guide helps you start building a relationship, a connection with prospect clients. You're being real about who you are and what your values are. And when you're transparent about what you charge, you start building trust and credibility with potential clients. And lastly, having to put together an investment guide is going to streamline your process automatically because you have to be more organized. You have to put some time to think about what your process is and the details about each one of your packages. So it's going to make you look more professional. You're going to be more efficient and more organized. But what exactly do you include in an investment guide? The way that I broke down my investment guide is as follows. I first introduced myself, how I got started. This is my chance to connect with my ideal client because my story is similar to what they are going through right now. So they know that I can relate to their pain points, to their pain, to their struggles right now in their business. Then I introduce the team so they can also connect with the people who are going to be helping them with their projects. It's all about value, experience, and personality at this point because they could be working with another designer with the same prices, but it's about whether they can connect with you on a deeper level. Is there anything that you're sharing that's a bit more personal that they can relate to? This is going to help them create a personal connection. And remember that people buy based on emotion. Then we go through how we can help them. So this is all related to if your pain point is this, if you're at this level in your business, this is how we can help you. So we first start with the issue that we know our ideal client is going through and how we have something that is going to help them ease that problem and get to the next level in their business. And we also share more about the rates, the process, what the next steps are. We share our portfolio with some case studies. The case studies are going to be important for them because they're going to be able to compare different types of projects with the one that they want to work on with us. And they're going to have a better idea of the price points that they can expect. Testimonials are so key. As I said, it's social proof. So you want to make sure that you include some of those from past clients as well. And then the next step, so how can they get on a call with you or buy one of your packages? Do they have to fill out a contact form? As I said, this could be something where you get them to download the investment guide and then they still have to fill out the contact form because you need to ensure that they're a good fit for your business. And once you've reviewed that, you can invite them to get on a call with you. The investment guide I'm showing in this video is part of an 8-part client bundle that we put together in 2 different designs for our interior design clients. They will help you feel more professional. They will help you streamline your processes, feel more organized, and deliver a spotless client experience to your own clients. As a business owner, as I said, your time is limited. If you are struggling to know exactly what information you should be included in documents such as the portfolio, the welcome packet, the handover pack, the fee proposal, the FF&E schedule, the project proposal. If you are looking to have a structure to start your document, because sometimes the hardest part is to get started and you do not want to waste 20, 30 hours of your own time putting those together, those 2 bundles that come into different designs only cost $47. And those templates were made in Canva. They're easy to edit with your branding elements. So your fonts, your colors, your logos, all the information that you want to put in there with your photos, your projects, and service information. But these templates were pre-written by interior designers for interior designers. And all the photos are copyright free. So it means that you can use as much of the information that we provided in there for your own process. If you have a process that's a bit unclear at the moment, or you struggle to write and you want to keep some of what we wrote, then feel free to do so. It was made for you. And I will add the link down below where you can read more about the bundles, see the different types of design, and purchase the one that matches your brand the best. I hope this video was helpful. I know pricing and whether to be transparent about your rates is a little bit of a difficult question, but I hope the video was helpful. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.